What is up, guys? Today I am doing a brand new series where I will be looking for my next car to buy. Now, this is the first test drive. We're driving a BMW 325i manual. It's a facelift version. It looks great. Inside is also really nice. As you can see, very modern, very sleek. Back seats, great actually for a coupe like this. Sound, not bad, right? Not bad whatsoever. So let's find out what this car is like to drive. Of course, it is great that it is a manual gearbox. You don't see those very often, especially with a car like this. Of course, the 325i has 220 horsepower, which is quite a lot actually. It's not as much as the 335i, which has 306 horsepower. It is an M Sport, so it is a very sporty version. It sounds pretty good, even stock. Of course, you can do a lot to it to make it sound better. And I might do that if I do choose to go for this car. Let's take a right turn here. A little bit of a nicer road to drive. Less traffic. We can open it up a bit. Now, I do really like the spec of this car, not only on the outside, but on the inside as well. It is crema leather interior. I do like that against the black. It gives a little contrast. And I think this car looks quite modern, inside as well, outside as well. If you told someone who didn't know much about cars that this car was like 2 years old, I think they believe you, honestly. I know this is the facelift version of this car, and that does help. The E92 pre-facelift is a little different and I think a little bit older. Not necessarily bad, but I do think you notice a good difference. Now, one of the first things that I did notice with this car is that the steering is great. Compared to my current car, the Renault Megane Coupé, it is much more responsive. It's not too heavy, it's still quite light, but you feel so much more. That is what I personally look for in a car. Now, this car is also fitted with a sunroof, and although this car doesn't need it, I do think it is a nice option. It gives you a little bit more of that sound, a little bit more open feeling, and a little bit more light, of course. Now, I will be driving a lot more cars in this My Next Car series, so I do hope you guys enjoy that. A lot of different cars are going to be featured on it. Sports cars, regular sedans, but one of my things that I do require for a car is that it does have a good sound in one way or another. If that's with a little help or not doesn't really matter to me, but I am open to suggestions from you guys, so of course feel free to give me some if you have any. Do keep in mind though that this is about the top of my budget, and cars where I live are quite expensive, to say the least. Now again, keep in mind that this is my first time filming a POV drive like this, or well, technically my second time, but my first real time. I hope that this angle is a little bit better, but I'll have to check in post. And of course, let me know if I can improve on anything, any settings you know that could be better on the GoPro Hero 10. But yeah, so far, I think this is a good contender actually. It's, even though it's a 325i and it's not like the quickest car that I could buy maybe, but it is fairly decently quick. And it feels nice. Like I'm happy to drive this compared to the car that I currently have. Is a good car, but is not exciting to me. And this is just exciting enough, but also I feel like it's comfortable enough as well for long distance road trips. You know, the fact that you can extend the seats is definitely a plus point, especially for someone which has quite a long lower body, like me. Wow, this is actually quite a nice road that I just happened to stumble upon, really. I don't really know this area too well, but this is nice. This is really nice. So, of course, I do also want to know your thoughts on this car. So, yes, do let me know what you think of it. Is it a good contender? Should it be my next car? Although, I might have already made up my mind by the time you actually see this series. I don't know at this point. The shifting is also very direct, nice, light, but actually quite good. So, as an extra to this video, I'm also driving the BMW 325i, just to see how different it is. It is 300 horsepower, or over 300 horsepower, so it is a lot faster. This is an automatic, so yeah, let's just see what the difference really is, shall we? Well, immediately I noticed that there's more sound in this one. Quite a lot, actually. It's quite insane. I mean, the 325 wasn't quiet, but this is just ridiculous. And of course, it is an automatic, but we're gonna put it in manual mode in a second. Just want to see how good the automatic itself is. It does seem pretty smooth, pretty responsive. I do believe that this is the dual clutch version. There's also a regular automatic version, but that's a little different. Oh wow, what I also noticed is that the steering is quite a lot heavier. I don't know if that's this particular example or if that's just the 335 compared to the 325, but yeah, that's definitely a lot heavier. Not that I'm complaining about it though, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just takes some getting used to. And then we're going to put it in manual mode, and then I should be able to use the pedals. There goes my phone, that's alright. Alright. Oh, this is a different experience. I mean, I've driven pedal shifters before, but not a lot. It doesn't quite do the same as a manual, but it does give you that sense that you're in control of the car. Alright. I see the appeal. I see the appeal of a 335i compared to a 325. Yeah, it definitely feels different in a lot of ways. There is a manual 335 as well, but those are pretty rare, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a good one within my budget at the very least. The manual does feel more engaging, but this feels quite the occasion as well. Now, I don't believe this is an X-Drive version. This is a rear-wheel drive version. There is an X-Drive version as well. But yeah, I don't necessarily need four-wheel drive. So I think I'm just going to stick with the rear-wheel drive one. But who knows what comes on the market. I'm not really going to show you the outside of this car because there's not much point. It's basically the exact same as the other ones, slightly different wheels, but that's it. And of course it has a dual exhaust, one on each side instead of just two on the left. But other than that, it's the same, so yeah. Interior wise too, this is a cloth or Alcantara interior, which is different. I think I'm more of a fan of the leather, but it's not necessarily bad. The quality does feel decent enough. All right, let's do one more little pull. keep still trying to go for the clutch. I'm still used to manuals, but that's all right. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna leave this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be doing a lot more videos like this very soon. Bye bye.